Well, welcome back. Today, we're going to show you the results of CoolSculpting. It's a tool that helps you shape your body and eliminate bulges.
Sounds good.
And it's actually the most popular body contouring treatment in the world.
That's right. Dr. Deborah Mangione is the owner and founder of the Wisconsin Vein Center MediSpa, and she joins us with more information on this treatment and why now is a great time to consider doing it. Good
nice
to see you. So it's interesting. CoolSculpting is not new, but I do feel like it's kind of it's having a day again.
I agree. I think it had a slump for a while, and especially with people starting their GLP-1s, they thought, oh, I'm just going to diet if I'm going to spend that kind of money.
Yes.
But now people are realizing they can't diet away certain bulges or shape their body the way they want just to diet.
Excuse me, thank you.
But CoolSculpting can help them get to that body they'd like.
Yes, exactly.
And you're doing a promotion specifically this month, April, at the Wisconsin Vein Center MediSpa.
Well, it's not just us. There's actually a national promotion going on from Allergan, who owns CoolSculpting. And so for anyone who's never had CoolSculpting before, they can go online to the Cool Month website, and from that they can get a $400 coupon to use toward their treatment.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
That's awesome. You guys
is.
have been doing it for what, 13 years?
Yes.
So you know how to use it really
We do.
well.
And all the clinicians who do it have been to what we call CoolSculpting University, or they're a master in the CoolSculpting. And so it's important to go to somebody who knows what they're doing, who can help you really get the areas you want and give you a realistic idea of what to expect.
Well, I mean, I got to give the best endorsement, because to any MediSpa you go to, when you go to Wisconsin Vein Center and MediSpa, everyone there, and they're going to be seen by top-notch people, and it's going to have great results. CoolSculpting, let's talk about the procedure. How's it done? How many treatments do you recommend?
Sure. So we usually recommend a series of at least 2 treatments to get results, because with each treatment you're getting about a 20 to 25% reduction just in the area that's treated with the applicator. So it's a matter of applying different applicators. Usually on the abdomen you're going to need maybe 3 or 4. Sometimes people need 6, and it really depends on the abdomen and on the shape. So it really does require some experience, and people will evaluate you. Our staff will evaluate you. They'll put little templates on to know exactly what they're going to need, and then they can give you an estimate of the cost of treating a certain area at a time, because we are treating by areas. We're not treating just by application.
As we saw some of those pictures, we saw the abdomen, we saw even the thigh.
Yes, the thighs, arms, really good results with arms.
For sure.
Yeah.
That's a really important way, and that's one of the notes. It's not a way to lose weight.
No.
It's a way to lose that excess fat.
Right, it's the fat. The fat doesn't really weigh a whole lot until you're really talking about a lot of fat. But so you're not going to lose weight with CoolSculpting, but you are going to get a better look.
You'll tighten up those inches around.
Well, you know, but we have to have somebody knowledgeable, because if somebody already has a lot of loose hanging skin, this is not the procedure for them. And we will be very honest with the patients about that.
Okay. And consultations are free.
Consultations are complimentary, absolutely.
So you kind of said it, that the applications are placed on, but I just want to reiterate the fact that it's non-invasive.
Right.
It's really all on the surface.
Totally non-invasive. It only takes about 35 minutes for most of these applications. Outer thighs take a little longer, but the others are about 35 minutes, so you can really get a lot done in a very short period of time at the office.
And these fat cells are then permanently gone.
Permanently gone. So even if you gain weight, which we hope you're not going to, you will still have the shape that you had at the end of the CoolSculpting procedures.
Interesting.
What do people say who've had this experience with this procedure, how it feels, what the downtime is afterward?
Okay, there's really no downtime now. With the new CoolSculpting Elite, the suction is totally automatic, and so people don't have the kind of pain. Years ago, a lot of people having their abdomens done had nerve pain afterwards for up to a month or more, and so we had to treat that and help them out. People aren't having that anymore. They might have a day of a little tenderness or a little pinkness, but that's about it.
Yeah.
They can go back to normal activities, exercise, everything immediately.
Wow, that's
Well, I'm glad
incredible.
you acknowledged that people in the past may have had some, because somebody might know somebody who's done it, and they're like, well, I heard how they felt.
For a few days.
Yeah, and so now knowing that the technology has evolved so it doesn't exist anymore is important to note.
And the other thing, though, that we can do is we can add on muscle stimulation if somebody wants to get toned with M-Sculpt, or the skin tightening with either Sentient Sculpt or with Soft Wave, so that people don't have to worry that they are going to be having these issues and not seeing a really very, very nice result.
If you add on M-Sculpt, do you do that the same day, or do you come back once?
Depends. We can do it the same day for some of it.
Okay.
But then Emsculpt is a series of 4 treatments within a 2-week period of time. So they'll be coming back for a few of those. And that's the muscular building.
Yeah, because I think about for
so
arms.
for arms, it could be a really good thing to do.
Yeah.
Or maybe instead of CoolSculpting, we will tell you what you need and not too much.
Just lastly, people talk about with GLP-1s and side effects. How safe is this? What are the side effects, if any?
Okay, the side effects are just minimal. As I said, there's usually a little pinkness or a little discomfort for maybe a day. Sometimes people get a little area of fat necrosis, so it's a little lump. We can treat that with massage. They come back and we can use an acoustic massage machine to help get rid of that quickly. And there's a very, very rare complication of increasing fat that starts about 5 months later. Very rare. Some people have heard about it and so it's scared them away from CoolSculpting. But when you consider that 17 million applications of this have been done worldwide, and there's such a small percentage of people having any kind of bad side effect, it's really a very safe procedure.
Yeah.
And this month we'll also be giving away to anybody who starts CoolSculpting Transform Body Cream, which helps to get rid of the crepiness and helps to also just improve the quality of the skin over the area treated.
Yeah.
Lovely.
It is. I think about
so
people who
much.
just don't wear sleeveless during the summer anymore because you don't like
It's
your
time
arms.
to think of it, and that's why April's such a good month. People start thinking
Do it
about
now.
summer.
Right
Now we're having
before
a few days of warm weather. Okay, I've got to get in
Now's
shape.
the time.
Dr. Mangione,
Right.
thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, this month at the Wisconsin Vein Center MediSpa, anyone who is new to CoolSculpting can redeem their $400 coupon from the Alley account towards their treatment plan. You have to scan the QR code on your screen to activate that offer, or go to wimedispa.com and then you follow the link to the coupon offer. You're also going to get a full-size Elastin Transform body cream to anyone who books this month to help with that crepiness. That is a $220 value. So to schedule your complimentary consultation, just give them a call. It's 262-476-908, or sorry, 746-9088, or visit wimedispa.com.